So guys, today I am going to be doing another tier list, and this time, instead of it being on Tall Tales, we're actually going to be doing it on world events. Now, as you can see here, we have all of the world events. We have the normal fort, the Fort of the Damned, which is technically a world event, I guess. Fort of Fortune, Flameheart, Ashen Winds, and Skelly Fleet. So we're going to be doing it based on new player friendliness, I guess, which is technically difficulty because, you know, like new player friendliness, you're not going to have the easiest thing for new players being difficult. So technically it's easy to hard, but we're going to be aiming this towards the newer players. Now, the tiers we have, you know, the basic S, A, B, C, D, right? So basically, yeah, I think we can just get straight into it now. So starting off with the world event of the, you know, the original, the day one world event, the Skull Fort, which obviously, if you haven't already, I've done a video on that, so you can go and check that out, about what Skull Forts are and how you can complete them, showing you all the different skeleton types and how much money you can actually make from it. That will be linked in the top right now, and you should see the thumbnail on screen. So go check that out. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to put this, I would say, this is, honestly, it's not easy, right? Like, I don't think we need a D tier. You know, I don't even think we need a D tier. Because there's only 6, you know. I guess this is the easiest, right? It's easier than for Fortune, because it is for Fortune, basically, just with less loot. Yeah, I guess it has to be S tier because you only have a couple waves to do, and then it's a final boss. Done, right? This is pretty easy for the newer players. It's just killing skeletons, and if you know how to kill each type of skeleton, then you know you'll be good to go, right? You'll pretty much be good to go. Yeah, I'd say that's probably S tier. Oh wait, hold on. Can I turn this presentation mode? Oh, that's a lot nicer. That's a lot nicer. I'm so sorry. I must have hurt all of your eyes. Anyway, we're going to move on to the skeleton fleets, because I'd say that's probably the next one that was added in to the game. Actually, no, I don't think it was. No, it definitely was. It definitely was. So we're going to throw this. I'd say this is probably a B tier. I'd say it's probably a B tier. Purely because I still struggle with it as a solo. Right? So a new player, they'll probably sink. So I'm going to put that bottom. It's not hard. I guess it is hard if it's hard to manage your boat. So yeah, I guess that's a bottom tier. I'm actually going to rename these to hardest, easiest, you can do it, and get a good crew. Yeah, that works. Okay, next up, we'll do the Fort of Fortune, the most recent one which was added into the game, which I have stolen very many of. I would probably say that this is you can do it. It's just long. It's just long. It's just long. That's all it is. It's just an Ashen. It's literally an Ashen Winds. So I'd say they're probably in the same tier, right? Yeah, we're thinking in terms of newer players, Austin. If you're new to the game, right? So, Ashen Winds could be an easiest. It genuinely could be an easiest. then wouldn't that then, in theory, say that's an easiest? I'll leave it in you can do it for now. Because all you have to do in Ashen Wind is do a couple of waves of... well, do some easy skeletons and defeat a boss. That's about it. When the hardest is green and the easiest is red. You have a very good point, Miko. You have a very good point. Well, I'll change that, actually. You have a very, very good point. There you go. Oh, I could have just renamed them. That probably would have been easier. Anyway. Fort of the Damned. Newer people always struggle on it, right? New people always struggle on it. I don't know how. It's literally as simple as getting the right light, and then it's the same as a normal fort, just with shadow skeletons. No, isn't it literally just the same as a normal fort, just with shadow skeletons? Like, how do people struggle on this? I'm honestly not sure where to put this, because for a new player, I guess figuring out that you need lights is tricky. I don't know. I don't know. We'll chuck it and get a good crew just because something needs to be in there, right? Just because something needs to be in there. You think it should be in You Can Do It? Maybe I move Fort of Fortune down to get a good crew. Because of the people that contest, yeah. Then maybe this moves up into get a good crew and Flameheart. I would almost say fleets are harder than Flameheart. No, fleets are harder than Flameheart. Am I right? Fleets are harder than Flameheart because you have 2 ships either side of you at each time. Whereas with Flameheart, yeah, okay. So Flameheart, get a good crew. Fort of Fortune, it's just a glorified fort. I'd say you can do it. It's definitely is. No, it's harder than Fort of the Damned. It's because of how tanky Grey Marrow is. Billy Bones, why do you struggle with Fort of the Damned? Like, how do you struggle? What do you struggle with? What do we think of this tier list? Skull Forts, easy, just do waves of skeletons and a final boss. Simple. I think that's a guaranteed. Ashen Winds, you do a boss and some skeletons. You have to look out for their attack. So maybe it goes into a You Can Do It. Maybe. Because you can die a lot more doing Ashen Winds than you can Forts. Fort of the Damned, you can do it. You need to spend time getting the lights. I would say I'm actually going to move this down because obviously people are going to contest for PvP and you need to have knowledge of how to get lights. Fort of Fortune, get a good crew. Grindy, not necessarily difficult. Maybe it's You Can Do It. It's hard to rank these when you find everything easy, agreed. Flameheart, for a newer player. Tempted to throw it in You Can Do It, but I know a lot of players sink during it. Billy Bones, I give the follow. And then obviously this is definitely in the hardest. Are we all in agreement? What do we think? Well, I see. Is it worth the time spent doing them for the loot? Okay. Well, if we're doing it in terms of is it worth it for the loot? Okay, cool. You know what? If we all agree on this, I'll do another one. I'll reset it, and we'll do it based on how worth it is. Oh, Billy Bones with the Prime. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, are we all in agreement of this being the difficulty chart for newer players? I think so. I think this is perfect. No one's disagreeing with me and no one's agreeing with me. I'm going to take that as a yes. Cool. So, I'm going to restart. So, definitely worth. We'll try and go in the same order again. Now, Skull Forts. You can maybe make around 45k? 45k? 40k? 35k? I don't remember the exact amount. I know I've covered it in a video. I think it's about 50k, maybe 40k. 40k. We'll say 40k. For about 30 minutes if you're decent. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Now, right now, I can tell you this, don't bother. If you're doing this for gold, don't bother. Don't bother. You're going to get maybe 20, 25 for about half an hour. No, don't bother doing fleets. There's no point doing skelly fleets. There's no point doing skelly fleets. Skull Forts are definitely more worth purely because of the amount of effort that goes into this compared to the amount of effort that goes into this. The amount of effort that goes into a normal Skull Fort compared to the amount of effort and energy that goes into a fleet makes a Skull Fort way more worth. Ashen Winds. Maybe get about 50k, 55k. Takes you about the same amount of time as a Skull Fort. And you get more gold. But it can be a pain. I'd say Ashen Winds has to be in the same category as fort, as a normal fort. Just because of how similar they are. Right? Fort of the Damned. Is it worth it? Is it worth going out of your way to get all the lights? Or you don't have to go out of your way to get all the lights, but if you find yourself with the lights and just needing one or two, is it worth? With a good crew, 25 minutes, half an hour, get about 150k? Definitely worth. Definitely worth. That isn't specific to the event though. What, the time taken to get it? I guess, yeah. For the amount of time it takes, considering you get 5 times the amount than a normal fort in the same amount of time, I'd say it's definitely worth. Definitely worth to do to do Fort of the Damned. Yeah, we've moved on, Miko, to effort for reward. Concerning Fort of Fortunes, they'll take an experienced crew, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and you get about the same amount of loot as a fort. So it's like, if you're doing it for... It's really good for commendations, right? It's really good for commendations. It's also... not bad for Athena loot and rep. But if we're thinking about gold and the amount of effort it takes, I'd say it's if you want. If you don't want to do voyages and you see a Fort of Fortune, you're looking for something a little bit more exciting than voyages, and you want gold, go and do it. Why not? That's the way I see it. But I personally wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot pole if I wasn't doing commendations. Anyway, guys, go and follow me on Twitter. Anyway, Flameheart. Probably 25 to 30 minutes, 110k, 115k. If you're good, I'd say it's definitely worth it. Flameheart is you don't bother, or if you want to. Well, no, because the amount of effort it takes, take about 30 minutes, 35 minutes max, right? And you'll probably get about 100k from it with the Reaper 5 minimum. I'd say it's definitely worth it. If you want gold, Flameheart's one of the best ways to go. Because you can hop for these. You can hop for Flamehearts. And people don't contest them that often. Whereas with Fort of the Damned, to go out of your way to start it, you can't hop for them easily, and people will come and contest it. So Flameheart is more worth than a Fort of the Damned, because of the effort going into the PvP of finishing it or doing it. Same kind of goes for Fort of Fortune, but not a lot of people do them anymore. But I don't. If I see someone doing it, I'm going to attack them, right? I thought it got nerfed, BD, but it could be 200k. Fort of Fortune died off easily? Indeed. You are correct. Hey, Spencer. So, I'd say that this is actually... Don't bother if you're doing it for gold and the amount of effort. Yeah, agreed. It's not great for gold and what you get out of it for the effort that goes in. I might move this up. No, because you don't get a lot of gold from it. You get like 40k. Same goes for the Ashen Winds. I think this is perfect. And I agree, Jelini. They need to stop doing recycled content. We have 3 forts here out of the 6 world events. That is the chart for the most worth, I guess you could say. Probably use that as a thumbnail. I'm gonna do one more, guys. I'm gonna restart it and do one more, and this is gonna be for the most fun. So, normal skeleton fort. Is a normal skeleton fort fun? Do we find normal skeleton forts fun? Well, it's not wee woo, and it's not feck off, right? It's I wouldn't say it's fun. I would say it's if I have to. Definitely if I have to. I don't mind it, but it's not fun. Now, skeleton fleets. They're not feck off. Skeleton fleets. Yeah, they're fun, I guess. They're fun, I guess. Ashen Winds. I mean, because in this all you have to do is fight, and it's more fun than a fort. I'd say that's if I have to, as well. Maybe feck off. Sorry, just gonna put that there real quick. If I have to, does this belong there? I'll put it in if I have to. Maybe not. Maybe it goes in feck off. I don't enjoy them, but I don't mind them if I have to. Now, Flameheart, which I sneakily threw it. It wasn't very sneaky, but which I threw in feck off. Yeah, he can stay there. He can stay there. He can stay there. Fort of the Damned. Is it fun? Kinda. I'd say it's like the top 2. I'd say it's wee woo. I'd say it's wee woo. I quite enjoy it. I think it's pretty fun. I definitely enjoy it more than the Fort of Fortune, and then I think Fort of Fortune is if I have to. I'm just thinking. You think Fort of Fortune should be in the bottom? Might have to agree with you there. It's not exactly fun, and it's not exactly if I have to. This is pain. This is horrible. These are alright. This is pretty fun. Yeah, I'd say this is perfect. Perfect. I think this is it. I think the list is done in terms of how fun it is. Let's save it. Wait, I can Alright. Everyone go and retweet this. Oh, Jay with the sub. What the fuck? Thank you so much, mate. Tier 1. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I think this about rounds off the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this another Tall Tale video. Another tier list video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring any more Tall Tale videos because, you know, there's no new Tall Tales. You don't know what you could possibly want. Maybe I could be doing like a Tall Tale speedrun. Oh god, Tall Tale speedrun series. God no, that's pain. That sounds like pain. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure the notifications are turned on for my Twitch and my YouTube. My Twitch is linked in the description. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, leave a like. I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.